Hello everybody. In my last video, I showed how I made a red really line from mixing my reds and my blue jellies. Yeah, and there's a good example. We've got reds, wilds, and a red really. So to review what we did in that first breeding project with the blue jellies and reds to make red reallys, let's take a look at the Neocaridina family tree. So you can see here now that we're zoomed in on the reds, you can see red reallys popped out from the red cherries, and then the red reallys were refined down to blue red reallys, and then blue jellies, which is the solid light blue shrimp. So what we did was I had Sakura red shrimp and I had blue jellies. Now I never had any red reallys, so I mixed the two together and we ended up getting red reallys. Now, it is important to remember that when we're mixing shrimp, when it comes to Neocaridina, we need to make sure that we select shrimp that are more closely related to than others. So you're going to have a better chance mixing two different colors that are closely related than something completely unrelated by this chart. So in this breeding project, I want to try to mix my Blue Dreams genetics with my Bloody Mary genetics, and let me explain. So if we look over here, we see that the Blue Dreams and the Bloody Marys, the Blue Diamonds, the Blue Dream genetics, they all share the same relative. They all have the same thing in common. They both have Shokos as a common ancestor or whatever, or close relative, or you can also call them chocolates. So, you may be asking, what are you hoping to create by mixing Blue Dreams and Bloody Marys? Well, let me tell you, it's a very special kind of shrimp that I very rarely see. And it's always come in my Skittles tank, and I also seen them when I had a Black Rose line. And that is, get this ever elusive shrimp. I don't even know if they have a name, but what they are blue Bloody Mary reallys. I mean, they kind of look like a blue red really, but they are not red, but Bloody Mary, the red part, and the middle part is the blue. And this is my blue dream coals. Blue velvets is what I call them. And what we're going to do here is we're going to search out in this tank, and we're going to find the ones that are really looking. You see what I'm talking about here? And we're going to mix those with the Bloody Marys. And I think we could get something pretty sweet, because that dark Bloody Mary red on the head and the tail and the middle blue section, so that's pretty awesome. Now, every once in a while, every great once in a while, I'll find a blue shrimp, and I've even found like two blue Bloody Mary reallys in my Bloody Mary tank. So it is there, and you can tell it does exist. This is just something I've seen from breeding thousands and thousands of shrimp, and these blue Bloody Mary reallys are very elusive. So what I think will end up happening is that we'll end up getting, obviously we'll get Blue Dream looking shrimp, we'll get Bloody Mary looking shrimp, but I think we'll end up getting carbon reallys. I think carbon reallys will probably be the most popular one we end up getting. And we'll also get, you can see there's also blue carbon reallys. So those are pretty sweet. I've had those all pop up before. And so we'll have options. So if we don't get any of the super elusive Bloody Mary red reallys, I can pretty much guarantee we will at least get some carbon reallys and maybe even some carbon blue reallys. And we'll see, maybe we'll get a whole bunch. We'll have to start more tanks to start new lines, and that would be awesome. Again, always remember, when you're mixing different kinds of Neocaridina, you never want to mix. You always get lower quality shrimp. The only time you want to mix your different colors together is do experiments like this, and just to see what happens, to have fun. And maybe you don't care about grades and stuff, but you're always going to get lower grades mixing different colors, no matter how closely related you are. So don't mix if you care about the highest grades. Well, the biggest thing that's a bummer about this project is I have to take down my Japan blue guppy colony, but it's all right. I'm making a cross with my Japan blues and red mosaics, so I can enjoy them that way. I'm downsizing the guppies, and instead of trying to keep like 4 or 5 lines badly, I'm going to try to keep my mix correctly. So we're sitting here, we're draining down this tank, we're catching all the guppies out, draining it all the way down, get the last few guppies out, shop vac dry. This was bare bottom, but it had like 2 inches of mulm on the bottom. So start sucking it down to the bare glass, putting in the sand, spreading the sand out, put the filter and stuff back in, replace the light with a new brighter light, and now we're filling her back up. That's a quick version of doing a tank right there. So the first thing I did was go looking for Blue Dream, really looking blue shrimp in my 40-gallon Blue Dream tank. Then I went to the Blue Velvet tank, which is my Blue Dream culls right here. And then I went to my 75-gallon Blue Dream tank, hunting and hunting and hunting for the blue really looking shrimp. And then we took a random scoop of Bloody Marys out of the Bloody Mary shrimp pond. And let's see what we ended up with. So I tried to get 20 or 30 of each, and as you can see, I went through every single Blue Dream and Blue Velvet tank I have, and I even found a few like carbon really looking things. But we got pretty good really started going on here. And then right here is a completely random scoop of Bloody Marys out of the Bloody Mary shrimp pond. I checked to make sure this is completely random. I didn't take any out, didn't do anything. It's a random scoop. The only oddity I see is there's one with a back stripe, or two with a back stripe. But that's all right for this project. So let's get them in the tank. This will be a fun thing. I can't wait to see the results of this. And would you just look at that? Sure looks pretty. Let's see what happens when they start breeding together. All right, let's let them in here. This will be fun. This is one of the funnest things I've done, I think. Because I don't really know what I'm going to get. I mean, I know the possibilities more than likely. We're hoping for one of the rarest ones that I've seen pop across all my years of having all these crazy shrimpies. But this will be a lot of fun. We got really looking blue dream culls and random Bloody Marys. This will be a fun one. Alright, you guys, and then remember, if you care about having the highest quality shrimp, don't mix your shrimp colors. Now, if you understand you're going to have lower quality shrimp, make it, and you're going to get some crazy cool things pop up, and you're going to be cool with some wilds, or you're trying to do what I'm doing, experiment and see what happens, then that's cool. But just realize you're not going to get 2 different kinds of shrimp, 2 different colors of shrimp, and have super good ones pop out. What I'm trying to do is make the blue Bloody Mary Reallys pop up, and then we can isolate those. That's the hope. But if we get a lot of carbon Reallys and not much of the other, which I know we'll get some carbon Reallys, pretty much guaranteed. And we'll get chocolates guaranteed, I'm sure. So there you have it. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.